You can imagine all those beautiful ladies. It's certainly going to be a tough one for the judges. Okay, moving on now. History was made recently as veteran from the old school met with the voice of this generation to remake the 70s classic, Baby Mida. Now let's see how it went down as Dr. Victor Olaiya joined forces with Two-Face Idibia.
This is the point where history is made as the old school meets with the new generation. As veteran musician Victor Olaiya recruits multiple award-winning singer Two-Face Idibia on the remix of the 80s classic Baby Mida.
A good experience because it took me back many years when I was like Two-Face Idibia. Well, not having mingled or have any dealings with him in the past and not having met him closely, I had an open mind. I had an open mind. I think I should give him a chance, and a chance of a lifetime, to see if he would be what I expect. I love to score him at least about 85 to 90%. Don't let me give you 100%.
Well, the whole idea is really bringing good music together, bringing music from the past and music from the present and bringing them together. A lot of people say it's old and new music, but I just call it good music because high life obviously appeals to a different demographic, you know. But what we're trying to do here is actually carry on the tradition of good music into this generation. So by bringing those two together, I mean, Two-Face is like the best ambassador for Africa onto the world, and a legend like Victor Olaiya together. They're really putting together, you know, good music that this generation and our parents as well.
Recruited to help create this history is movie maker Olaiya Folayan, who is cutting his teeth in the music video lane.
When Baba eventually agreed to do this video, he said to us that, yes, I've agreed, Kunle, because it's you, but I'm not going to move an inch. So whatever you want to do, you have to do it around here, you know. You know, that was quite challenging because my original idea was to take him to a village somewhere, maybe outside Lagos or a very rural area. But because the man said he's not moving, we had to come up and decide how this is going to play. So we went around the entire building, you know, scouting for, okay, where we can have the two world, you know, set, the ancient and the present. And we saw that corner, and like I said, my team, they're quite good and very deep. And Panebo said, look, I can create this thing here. And that was what actually gave back to that. Bring it out slowly and show it, you know, with a smile. You know, you're admiring him, you are admiring his work and everything.
I think it's very good. If it's not, if I would say it's thorough, because and then he's equally as humble as how do you call it, the two-faced Idibia. I haven't met Kule Afolayan very closely until this release, and I love him.
The classic track wakes up the dexterous instrumentalist who had been in a self-imposed vacation from the music scene.
People have welcomed it. In the first 4 days of release on YouTube, we had over 80,000 views, and the comments are wonderful. Very, very wonderful.
They try to create the ancient time, the old school and also the new school. So blending both, putting Two-Face in the ancient time and still featuring him in the, new present day. It's something that if you're not careful, you might really get it wrong.
The project, which has received wide commendations, sure created a wonderful experience for all those involved.
Dr. Olaiya, respect, maximum respect.
Welcome back. Now time for a quick break, and when we return, we'll be looking at some other trending entertainment stories. Don't go away.
From Friday evening, go to Sunday evening. When you want recharge, press *888 that your recharge card pin. The compressor has 100% bonus. Don't enter your phone if that. Make you take it to anyhow where you like.
MTN, everywhere you go.
Actor and comedian Babatunde Omidino, popularly known as Babasuwe, has headed to the Supreme Court to challenge the Court of Appeal's overturning of his 25 million naira compensation as granted by a Lagos High Court. Mr. Omidino, who filed the appeal through his lawyer Bamidele Aturu, pressed the Apex Court to reverse the judgment of the Court of Appeal. Now, the Lagos High Court had in 2011 ordered the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency to pay Mr. Omidino 25 million naira as damages for keeping him in custody beyond the legal time limit on suspicion of drug ingestion. However, last May, a court of appeal overturned the judgment, noting that the NDLA was a law enforcement agency with the responsibility of curbing drug trafficking, and the appeal court labeled the judgment of the High Court as being excessive and unrealistic. A newly wedded bride, Toyin Aimaku Johnson, recently lost her cool in microblogging site Twitter when she replied critics who queried the top actor's choice of a moderate wedding ceremony, which held last weekend. Now, the Yoruba movie star who tied the knot with longtime lover Adeniyi Johnson addressed her critics, saying the choice of a moderate wedding is based on affordability. Now, she also used the same platform to thank her friends and supporters. A gospel artist, EU, has released his debut album titled Chukwu Goziem over the weekend. Now, the album features appearances from fellow artists like Muji, Lisa C, Olusoji, amongst others. It was previewed at an event in Lagos. Also, Afro-pop singer Olubumi has released a music video for her break-in single Ija Odola. Now, the video was directed by Amzad Bachan for DYT Entertainment, and the track was produced by Ario and Leke O.
Why are we doing this to ourselves? Hey, why are we killing each other?
And music producer and singer Segun Ajayi, popularly known as Maestro, has released a follow-up single to his successful Ojoro from 2012. A new track titled Skelebe is self-produced and is the fourth from his yet-to-be-completed debut album. And on the foreign scene, rapper Jay-Z has reached the top of the British album chart for the first time with the new release Magna Carta Holy Grail. Now, the hip-hop artist knocked English folk rock band Mumford & Sons off the #1 spot, now, according to official chart company which compiled the weekly rundown. Now, Jay-Z's new album featured guest appearances by his wife Beyonce and singer Justin Timberlake. Now, 7 of his previous albums have entered the British top 40, but none, according to the compilers, have reached the #1 position. Well, it's now time to take a look at other top stories from the foreign scene.
Stars from Ender's Game and Divergent hit Comic-Con's coveted Hall H in San Diego last Thursday, where more than 6,000 fans waited for hours to hear directors and actors speak or catch a glimpse of upcoming films. Harrison Ford, Hailey Stanfield and Asa Butterfield talked to the media about their roles in Ender's Game and the film's rightful place at Comic-Con.
I think people who are here are fans of the kind of film that Ender's Game is, and so we're very grateful for their support. But it also there's a component of the fact that they represent a constituency that filmmakers listen to now, and want to make films that support their interests.
You really don't see them as children, do you?
If you succeed, you will be remembered as a hero.
I mean, I've never been to Comic-Con. This is my first time, and it's just the perfect world, I think, and Ender's Game fits right into it. And I love that there are so many avid fans of the book that are here and that are so excited to see the movie. They've been so supportive, and I can't wait for them to see it.
The futuristic film, directed by Gavin Hood, picks up 70 years after humanity fought off an invasion of aliens called buggers. Asa Butterfield stars as Ender Wiggin, an unusually gifted child sent to an advanced military academy in space to prepare for another invasion.
I haven't seen the finished cut, but I am sure that fans of the book are going to love the film.
Terrific, thank you.
I mean, I'm a fan of the book, and I love it, so.
You'll be the finest commander we've ever trained.
So I'm not the first?
No, but you will be the last.
Shailene Woodley, Miles Teller and Theo James were also at Hall H for their roles in Divergent. Based on the book of the same name, the futuristic story is set in a world where people have been separated into factions based on their personalities. Woodley plays Tris Pryor, a divergent, the type of person who doesn't belong in any group and is at risk of destruction.
A few things. I'm a very passionate, independent person, and so I feel like, regardless of whether those are traits necessarily or not, those are two strong sides of my personality.
Veronica Roth wrote the best-selling young adult novel, which was published in May 2011, while studying at Northwestern University. The book is the first part in a trilogy, the second of which, Insurgent, hit shelves last